sales at Target are down. The retail giant releasing its first quarter numbers this morning, seeing a pretty sizable dip, $23.8 billion compared to $24.5 billion for the same time last year. The CEO calling this a highly challenging environment, saying it's not satisfied with recent performance, announcing it's made leadership changes and created a new acceleration office to make faster progress. The company now announcing it expects sales will be worse than previously projected, saying customers just aren't shopping as much for non-essentials, citing backlash for ending diversity initiatives and uncertainty over those tariffs. But they didn't give details on price increases because of tariffs, at least for now, instead saying it would continue to make adjustments to pricing.
You remember Target? No? Okay, whatever. Reporting live from the United States of Embarrassment, I have your breaking good news.
But Target, it seems that the reports are reporting that in the first quarter that y'all sales had dropped sharply and it will continue to do so all of 2025. So all of 2025, the sales will be on the decline. Listen, I never seen somebody have a harder fall off than Target. Target, I don't understand how did y'all fumble the bag so bad. All y'all had to do was treat people right. All y'all had to do was be exclusive. Like, wasn't it a couple months ago that the reports were saying that the foot traffic was on the decline? Listen, Target, it's not been a good year for y'all. I don't know what y'all got to do. I don't know who y'all got to talk to in the boardroom. Y'all might want to get y'all CEO on the phone. Okay, y'all might want to ask y'all CEO, what is the next steps? Okay, I know is that little black hand ain't help y'all. Ain't help y'all one bit. That's why y'all start showing that little black hand. Listen, that black hand ain't bring nobody up in that store. Listen, the reports are saying that y'all sales are on the decline, Target. Now, what lesson was learned?
Hello guys, and welcome to the J Report. In today's video, we're going to talk about Target's Q1 results plummeting and the effect of the boycott. Target thought it could play both sides and get away with it, but the numbers don't lie. And now they're bleeding. After releasing their Q1 2025 earnings, the picture is crystal clear. Target sales are down and they have no one to blame but themselves. This is what happens when a corporation thinks it can backtrack on DEI and not suffer consequences. They thought the black community would stay quiet. They thought they were too big to boycott. But black Americans have spending power, and now they're flexing it. Welcome to another F around and find out moment. If this is the kind of content you enjoy, please consider subscribing, liking and sharing so that YouTube may recommend it to a wider audience. And so now, without further ado guys, let's go straight into this video. But first, let me play you a few videos on this matter and I'll come back with my commentary. As a side note, all credit goes to the creators of these videos.
The date, May 21st, 2025. The news, Target has officially failed its first quarter review due to the boycotts. Now, you can go and cross-reference this information. You can find it on Washington Post. You can find it on CNN. Literally just Google it. You'll find it, right? So Target has officially failed its first quarter review, right? Sales have plummeted by 3.8% due primarily to the continuous boycotts from the African-American, African diaspora, and Hispanic/Latin community. Yes, in Target's official filings for the first quarter review, it states that the reasons for the failure in sales is a combination of the boycotts and Trump tariffs. Now, this part is not news, right? So Target employees have been letting the higher ups know, HR, whoever is in charge of the slowdown in foot traffic and overall sales. Even loss prevention is like, listen, they're not stealing from us anymore. No, their loss prevention can't catch nobody because there's nobody in the stores to catch because nobody wants to buy anything. Y'all see how big of a problem that is? Like, I give you guys these updates because I truly want you to be inspired. I want you to see that your hard work is actually getting somewhere. You understand? This is not going to be one of those 1-2 quick little processes. This is definitely something where we're in it for the long haul. This is not instant gratification. It's delayed gratification. But along the way, I want to show you guys the little bits of progress that we are making, because best believe there is progress, okay? And I will continuously reiterate this piece of information every single chance that I get, and that is that the black spending power here in the United States is at 1.98 trillion. 1.98 trillion. And for Latin and Hispanic community, they're at 2.6 trillion. 2.6 trillion. You want to know why Target is feeling it? Is because they were counting on us to overspend. We were the overspenders. Let's be honest. Target is a luxury store. It's a luxury store. You were having people who probably couldn't spend money or as much money as they really wanted to come in and enjoy walking around, get your little Starbucks, buy shit that we normally would not buy because we don't necessarily need it. You understand? But you fucked around when you decided to show that you were no longer in alliance with us. You understand? Or to show your true faces, like your true colors. That's the reason why this is hurting them. And now we're applying that same pressure to Walmart. We're applying that same pressure to Walmart. Now, I know a lot of the OGs who started doing this literally in November was like, F Walmart, F Target, F Meta, F Amazon. They said F everybody all across, straight across. But some people, they needed to see some type of incentive. They needed to see some type of progress. And this is the progress. This is the progress. Do not go out there in them streets. I'll say that again too. Don't go out there in them streets. Don't go out there in them streets when you literally, your best bet is literally just holding your money. Just hold your money. Just hold your money. That's it. That's it. And now that we're holding our money, I need us to start investing in our community. Like, I don't know if there could be a susu or something set up where if we're taking Target out of business, a black Target needs to pop up. If we're getting Walmart out of business, a black Walmart needs to pop up. If we're getting rid of Amazon, a black Amazon needs to pop up. That's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at now. We need to rebuild this. We're taking it away. We got to rebuild it, guys.
Target's Q1 earnings showed a disappointing 3.7% drop in comparable store sales, and e-commerce dipped even further. This is another straight quarter of declining foot traffic. Traffic, the heartbeat of retail, is flatlining. And why? Because Target decided to cave to the orange man's orders instead of standing firm on principles. Instead of holding the line on inclusion and representation, they eliminated their DEI, and in doing so, they alienated the very communities that helped build them up. It wasn't just a quiet shift. It was loud, it was public, and it was disrespectful. They went from launching Black History Month collections and showcasing black designers to eliminating DEI. And the moment they did that, their identity crisis began. Target wanted to appease to everyone, and in doing so, they pleased no one. But here's the thing. Companies like Target seem to forget that Black America isn't just a cultural engine, it's an economic powerhouse. Black Americans wield over $1.8 trillion in annual spending power. That's not pocket change. That's not a small demographic. That's the backbone of consumer culture. From fashion and beauty to food and retail, Black consumers move markets. And when they say we're not shopping with you anymore, the impact is felt, and it's felt deeply. Target underestimated this. They thought the backlash from the right would hurt more than the silence from the left. But now, they're learning that the quiet rejection from loyal Black consumers is far more damaging. Because those were the people showing up. Those were the people spending. Those were the people who once saw Target as an ally, or at least a place that didn't make them feel invincible. Retail is a loyalty game, and Target violated that trust.
Now, initially, Target stated that they would release their Q1 2025 earnings on tomorrow. They released them today, and this is what they look like. Now, this information comes directly from Target's website. There is a loss. I've never had $1 million, so I don't know the brunt of the impact of this loss, but I know it is a loss. It could be more. So we have to stand firm. That's all I'm saying. We just literally have to continue to boycott. And then what gets me is the wording that they use on this presentation. Guests also responded to the newness and the seasonal value. We didn't, because we're not even in there. It's empty. It's empty. And something's not adding up, because a lot of businesses who still have their products in Target due to contractual obligations, whatever the case may be, still say that there have been massive losses across the board. So where's the money? Where's the money coming from? Who's buying it? And I know a lot of the other people have been supporting Target still, but they don't go as hard as we did. So, let's just keep it up. A win is a win.
Oh, Target effed around and found out, huh? So it is being reported that Target has lost 3% of their sales. Sales are down very low. in the first quarter of 2025. And they stated that it is due to the DEI efforts, that's, new rules that have been rolled out. And they are claiming that also because of the tariffs that, old boy didn't put in, they are going to have to raise prices to their consumers that they do have. Also, they will be having to pay more, so they're going to be losing out on more profit. There's an old saying that we say here in the country. It says, don't ever bite the hand that feeds you.
The truth is, Black Americans have always been strategic spenders. They know the value of their dollar, and now that value is being used as a tool for accountability. The boycott isn't loud and flashy. It's quiet, it's consistent. It's walking past a Target store and choosing not to go in. It's logging out of their app. It's going elsewhere for groceries, toiletries, and essential. It's a long game, and it's working. And let's be clear, this isn't just about Target's stance on DEI. It's about how easily corporations toss Black communities aside once it's politically inconvenient. They'll profit off Black culture during February, but go silent the rest of the year. They'll use Black hands in marketing materials, but not protect Black employees when the pressure hits. And when it's time to actually invest in Black business partnerships, crickets. That's what makes this decline so satisfying, because it isn't just karma, it's cause and effect. They poked the very people who held them up. They made the fatal mistake of thinking Black outrage doesn't have teeth, and now they're feeling the bite. Target's own shareholders are starting to ask questions. After quarters of declining performance, investors' confidence is slipping. Their stock took a hit after the Q1 report, and analysts are revising projections downwards for the rest of the fiscal year. What started as a social misstep is now a financial crisis, and the worst part, it's self-inflicted. You can't straddle the line when it comes to justice. You either stand on the side of inclusion, or you stand on the side of silence, and silence has a cost. In Target's case, the cost is showing up in red ink on quarterly reports. But here's the larger conversation this moment opens up. Why are Black communities still relying on corporations like Target in the first place? Why are they still building up brands that treat them like seasonal accessories? The spending power is there. The community loyalty is there. So where are the Black-owned supermarket chains that cater specifically to Black consumers? This is a wake-up call. If a multi-billion-dollar company can crumble under the pressure of a community walking away, imagine what that same community could build if they work towards something of their own. It's time to channel that $1.8 trillion not just into boycotts, but into building Black-owned grocery stores, Black-owned big box retailers, supply chains, logistics, and apps that don't just cater to Black culture for optics, but are rooted in it. Because Target is just one example. There will be more, and each one will learn the same lesson. You can't thrive off a people you're not willing to stand up for. The FAFO energy is strong with this one. Target fumbled the bag, and Black consumers are the ones showing just how much power they have. This is no longer about symbolic support. This is economic warfare. And Target is just the first casualty. So next time a corporation thinks about reneging on their commitments to equity and inclusion, they better look at these Q1 numbers and think twice. Because Black America isn't just watching, they're organizing, and when they move, markets move. This is what happens when you forget who was holding you up. This is what happens when you try to silence the voices you once exploited. This is what happens when you FAFO. And the lesson? It's simple. Stop begging for a seat at their table. It's time to build your own.
So it looks like Target might be the new Kmart. And what people don't understand is, back in my day, Kmart was Kmart. Like, we didn't see Kmart just like not existing anymore. The same way like a lot of people see Target. Like, there's no way Target could ever like not exist. We love Target. I'm telling you.
So what do you all think needs to happen? Should Black Americans start their own version of Target? Are you still shopping there? Or have you moved on? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I would love to keep this discussion going. Otherwise, that's it from me. I also have another video about Latinos bitterly reacting to South African refugees being welcomed in America. And if you enjoy such kind of content, please click up here and enjoy. Also, consider subscribing, liking and sharing, because it helps me grow my channel. But for now, thank you so much for watching. And until the next time, the Joy Report out.